everyone. Myself, Assistant Professor Partha Mistry from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So, in last video, we discussed about reciprocity theorem. So, in this video, we discuss about another theorem, that is compensation theorem, from our chapter number 1, that is network theorems, from our subject electrical circuit analysis, having the subject code of 3130-906, semester 3, year 2nd, electrical engineering department. So this is our last theorem of our chapter network theorem. So today we discuss about its introduction, its statement, then we go for the example, and finally we discuss about the GTO questions. Here is the flow of content. First of all, we introduce the compensation theorem, why we needed the compensation theorem. Then we discuss about the actual statement of compensation theorem, that what actually the theorem says. Then practically we discuss the example number 1, then example number 2 with different configuration, and finally we discuss the GTO questions which will be asked in your GTO exam. Introduction of compensation theorem. If a network has certain distribution of currents and voltages through and across various branches, and due to some reason, if the impedance of some of the branch changes, redistribution of currents and voltages it the branches will take place. So if certain networks is already built up, and suppose the supply is given to that particular network with reference to particular value, so if we make some changes or we introduce some extra branch or some extra element or some extra excessive load to that particular network, so it consumes the more power from the supply, so more current value we notice at that particular time. So it is necessary to measure that change of current of that particular network when the redistribution of load is take place. So the redistribution of current is also take place. So this situation can be taken care by a theorem known as compensation theorem. Since the calculation of redistribution is based on superposition theorem, the compensation theorem is applicable to linear networks. So this theorem is applicable to linear networks. The statement of compensation theorem. Compensation theorem is useful in determining current and voltage changes in a circuit element when the value of its impedance is changed. So whenever the impedance value, or we can say load amount, is changed, so the redistribution of current and voltages take place in that particular network. So compensation theorem find that the change of current or voltages from that particular network. This application occurs in bridge and potentiometer circuits, where a slight change in one impedance result in a shift from the null condition. So very micro changes in such electronic devices like potentiometer or many bridges we have to study in later on. So this kind of devices suffers with this slight change in current. So using compensation theorem, that kind of changes we have to measure and calculate it for the practical purpose. So here one system is given, one network is given, that voltage source is given over here, and initially the impedance ZTH, or we can say Thevenin impedance, is given, which is connected in series with source V, and current I is initially built up over here, and load impedance Z is given. So this is our normal figure, say it figure number A. Now we change the impedance. So apart from Z1, delta Z or the change in impedance is added in series with Z. So the current will also change for that particular network. So instead of I over here, the change of current we note down over here, or we can say I dash placed over here. So say it figure number B. So now the redistribution of voltage is take place over here, and in figure C we clearly see that new current, or we can say compensation voltage source VC is established over here when Z with reference to del Z is introduced over here. So VC take place over here is I into delta Z. So VC is nothing but the compensation voltage source. If any change occurs in the network which affects the current, then the voltage source should be changed accordingly. For this reason, compensation source is called a dependent source. Consider the network having an impedance branch Zs excited by a Thevenin's equivalent network. Let Zth be the Thevenin equivalent impedance and V be the Thevenin's equivalent voltage source. The current through the branch where the change in impedance is given by I equals to V divided by Zth plus Z. So in first figure, from the first figure we can write the equation. So from the first figure we can write the equation for I, that is V upon Z plus Zth. So in first figure we can write the equation like this: I equals to V upon Zth plus Z. Now consider the figure B. If Z is changed to Z plus del Z, the current in the same branch is, so instead of I we write over here I dash, which is equals to V upon Z plus del Z plus Zth. So just del Z is added with Z from the first figure. So redistribution of current, that is I dash, is take place after the change of impedance, that is I dash equals to V divided by Z plus del Z plus Zth. Now the change in current is, so what is the change between figure B and figure A? So delta I, we can say change in current after the re-establishment of impedance, that is del Z. So I dash minus I. So I dash, that is V divided by Z plus delta Z plus Zth minus V divided by Z plus Zth. So by simplification, mathematical calculation, we have V into bracket Z plus Zth minus Z minus delta Z minus Zth. Just we take the LCM. Z plus Zth bracket over in bracket Z plus delta Z plus Zth. So in numerator Z will be cancelled out, Zth will be cancelled out, only delta Z will be remain in numerator. So what is our next equation? That is minus V into delta Z divided by Z plus Zth bracket over into bracket Z plus delta Z plus Zth. Now we split the equation. So V divided by Z plus Zth and delta Z divided by Z plus delta Z plus Zth. So over here finally we get minus Vc. So Vc is nothing but I into del Z. So what is I? So this is our I as per Ohm's law. Okay. So delta Z is already given over here. So Vc into I into delta Z, and this numerator term is placed over here. So finally delta I we get over here, that is minus Vc divided by Z plus delta Z plus ZTH. So where Vc equals to I into delta Z, I equals to V upon Z plus ZTH, where Vc equals to compensation voltage source, and capital I is called current through the branch before its impedance is changed to delta Z, or we can say I is nothing but the current of our first figure. So whenever the original impedance is given, there is no change. So at that time, what is the value of I? That is capital I is placed over here. The direction of Vc is opposite to that of I. So the direction of compensation voltage source Vc is opposite to the initial current that we find earlier. So the direction of Vc is opposite. Let us discuss example number 1. Consider the circuit shown in following figure. If the resistance of 5 ohm branch increases to 6 ohm, determine the compensation source. So we have to find Vc in this example. So first of all, what is the change? So the change is that 5 ohm branch is changed to 6 ohm branch, means 1 ohm extra impedance is added, or we can say 1 ohm extra resistance is added to 5 ohm. So 5 ohm changes to 6 ohm. So 10 volt source is given over here, 2.5 ohm is in series, and between terminal AB 5 ohm resistance is given, which will be changed to the 6 ohm resistance. So our target is this resistance, and in between 5 ohm, 3 ohm and 2 ohm both are connected in parallel. So 3 and 2 ohm both are in series, so the combination of 3 plus 2 means 5 ohm is in parallel with actual 5 ohm. So first of all, what we should do, we have to obtain the Thevenin equivalent network across the terminal AB. So between terminal A and B, we obtain the Thevenin equivalent. So first obtain the Thevenin equivalent network across the terminals AB. So VTH. So what is the value of VTH? So VTH equals to 3 plus 2 multiply by actual voltage source, that is 10 volt, divided by the total resistance of that entire branch. So this is nothing but our voltage divider rule. So what is the equation for the voltage divider rule? Voltage divider rule, VTH equals to whatever the source is given, that is 10 volt multiply by the parallel combination of that particular resistance. So between AB, which resistance is to be parallel? So combination of 3 plus 2 is parallel. So 3 plus 2 means 5 ohm, divided by combination of all resistance between that branch. So 3 plus 2 plus 2.5. So 3 plus 2 plus 2.5 is placed over here. So VTH equals to 50 divided by 7.5. So finally we get the value of open circuit voltage, or we can say Thevenin voltage between terminal A and B, that is VTH equals to 20 divided by 3 volt. So we have the value of VTH, and now we find the value of RTH. So it is easy to calculate the RTH. So between terminal AB, so we cannot consider the 5 ohm because we have to find the changes in 5 ohm resistors. So the equivalent value of resistance is 2.5. So from this point it will be comes into parallel combination over here. So 2.5 parallel with 3 plus 2 means 5 ohm. So 2.5 multiplied by 5 divided by 2.5 plus 5. So we get the RTH, that is 5 divided by 3 ohm. So RTH we get over here 5 divided by 3 ohm. Thevenin's equivalent network is as shown in figure B. So over here we develop the Thevenin circuit. So we can easily see that VTH in series with the RTH, that is 5 by 3 ohm. And now again these 5 ohm resistance AB comes into picture and re-establishment is placed over here. So between AB, 5 ohm resistance is connected because our target is to find the change in current. So find the value of I. So I equals to V upon R, VTH upon what is the value of total R Thevenin circuit we have to establish. So I equals to 20 divided by 3. So 20 divided by 3 divided by 5 by 3 plus 5 because both are in series. So I equals to 1 ampere we get over here. So total current I is we get here, that is 1 ampere. So by developing Thevenin circuit, we find the value of I equals to 1 ampere. So what is our next step? Now after change, the circuit is as shown in figure C. So in your question, the impedance is changed to 6 ohm. So 5 ohm plus 1 ohm. So 1 ohm is introduced over here. That is total, that is 6 ohm we get over here. So total 6 ohm resistance is achieved by introducing 1 ohm resistance in series with 5 ohm. So after change, the circuit is like this. So Thevenin circuit is changed to this, and consider the I dash instead of I in previous case. So re-establishment of current I dash equals to V upon R. So V equals to 20 divided by 3 divided by 5 by 3 plus 6 ohm, 5 plus 1, that is 6 ohm over here. So on calci we can simplify this value. So I dash equals to 20 divided by 23 ampere. So we have I dash. I is our actual current, I dash is our re-established current. So the delta I we can get with the equation I dash minus I. So I dash equals to 20 divided by 23 minus I equals to 1 ampere we have. So delta I equals to minus 3 divided by 23 ampere. So we get the value of delta I over here. Therefore, compensation voltage source, or we can say VC, is equal to I into delta Z. So I we have 1 ampere multiplied by delta Z. Delta Z is nothing but the change in impedance. So change in impedance is only 1 ohm. So 1 is multiplied by with 1 ampere. So Vc equals to 1 volt we get. This is our final answer for this question. So compensation voltage source, the value of its Vc is given by 1 volt. So this is our final answer for our example number 1, and you get the 7 marks if this question is asked in GTU exam. So again we summarize this example. First of all, we develop the Thevenin equivalent circuit. Then apart from Thevenin circuit, we calculate the actual value of I. Our target is to find the value of I and I dash. So I dash we find in second step by introducing the change in impedance. So change in impedance is 5 to 6 ohms, means 1 ohm is added with 5 ohm. So delta I we get I dash minus I. So delta I we achieve over here. So therefore the compensation voltage source is Vc equals to I into delta Z. Delta Z is 1 ohm, and finally get the value of compensation voltage source Vc equals to 1 volt. Now we discuss the example number 2 with another configuration. Question is that calculate the change in current in the series circuit of following figure when the value of reactance is reduced to J35 ohm. Use compensation theorem. See here the impedance is changed. Either it will be increased, either it will be decreased. In first case, 5 ohm is changed to 6 ohm. But in this case, existing impedance is reduced to J35, means it will be reduced, means minus from existing value. So let us see what happened. here the question is that we have to use the compensation current and voltage source by re-establishing the change of impedance. Let I will be the current in the circuit before the reactance change. So here initially in first case the we have to given the notation that is I is flow from the circuit. Here the change is made over here. Instead of J40, re-establish of J35 take place in second case. So first of all, in first case, we have to find a value of I from main figure. So I equals to V upon Z or V upon R. So what is the value of voltage? That is 100 angle 45 volt divided by Z. Z is the total combination of 10 plus 20 plus J40. So 10 plus 20, that is 30. So 30 is placed over here plus J40 is placed over here. Now convert denominator term, that is which is in rectangular form. So convert it into the polar. So bipolar, from your calci 82 ms you can get the 50 angle 53.1 ampere. So 100 divided by 50, this first term is divided, division is take place, so we get the 200 angle 45 minus 53.1. So this term is comes to the 45 minus 53 not 1. So deduction from 45 minus 53 not 1, and for the first term you have to simply make division, and in second term angle term you have to subtract the denominator from the numerator. So 2 angle minus 8 not 1 ampere. So we have the value of I, that is 200 angle minus 8.1 ampere. So we have the actual value of I. So now the change in delta, what is the new delta minus our old data? So our new data is J35 minus our actual reactance, that is J40. So what is the actual change? So minus 5 minus J5 we get over here, or we can say 5J we can write. So delta Z equals to minus 5J. So for compensation voltage, the equation is that Vc equals to I into delta Z. We have the I, we have the delta Z. So we can easily find the value of Vc. So Vc equals to 200 angle minus 8.1 multiplied by minus J5. So 5 multiplied by 2, that is 10. So my 10 angle minus 98.1. By converting all the polar term into rectangular, then we multiply the things, and finally from that rectangular term we convert again the polar term, so we get the final answer, that is Vc equals to 10 angle 98.1 degree. So we have the value of Vc over here. So now the change in current delta I equals to minus Vc divided by Z plus delta Z. So from original equation, we find the value of delta I in this case. So delta I equals to, we have the value of Vc, that is minus 10 angle 98.1. This minus is put over here. So Vc is put over here. So we can get the value of delta I divided by Z plus delta Z. Z is 30 plus J40 and delta Z is minus J5, which is placed over here. So we get the value of delta I by using your polar and rectangular terms simultaneously, and finally all the answers we have to put in polar form. So in polar form, what is the answer for delta I? That is 0.217 angle 32.5 ampere. So this is our final answer. for this question. So we get the delta I equals to 0.217 angle 32.5 ampere. So in compensation theorem, it is very easy theorem. We have to just calculate the I and delta I. In some case, you have to calculate the compensation voltage VC. So you can get the answer easily. So in compensation theorem, we calculate the change in current or voltage whenever your impedance is changed to some finite value. So this is all about compensation theorem, and you can get the exact 7 marks if this all steps you have to fulfill in your exams. So this is your GTO question, that is state and expand compensation theorem. So with reference to one example, you have to write the all these things of compensation theorem, how its equation, how its value is built up with reference to particular diagram of network which is given in your exam. So you can use any example for compensation theorem for 7 marks. Thank you.